Okay, right. So in the previous week, we already studied there are a few approaches that we can use to calculate the national income of a country or economy, right? So today we're going to look at what are the major macroeconomic problems that are faced by a country or a nation or an economy. Okay, so generally there are three major macroeconomic problems that have to be faced by a nation, namely a business cycle, unemployment, and inflation. So we are going to look at one issue one by one. So we start from business cycle. So in reality, a country's national income may not be consistent throughout the whole period. So some of the year, the national income of the country may increase. Some of the year, the GDP may reduce. The national income or GDP may reduce. Okay, so may fluctuate. And the pattern of the national income, or we call it the GDP, the gross domestic product, can be like a wave-like pattern, like this pattern, like this diagram. Okay, so sometimes the GDP, for the y-axis is referred to the national income, or we call it as the gross domestic product, and the x-axis here is usually the time, or we call it year. Okay. So generally, there are four stages. Four stages of business cycle. Okay, for a business cycle involving four stages, and it depends on the GDP value of the country. So when GDP value of the country is increasing, okay, you see like from this point here, the origin point here, until this part, okay, this stage, at the stage here, the real GDP of a country is increasing, right? So this stage is called as recovery stage or expansion stage of a nation or an economy. So in this stage here, the country is having economic growth. Okay, the economy is growing, and because of that, that means like the output of the country will also increase because the demand is high demand. So the production of the firm also increase due to increase of demand in the market. Okay, so when the production is increasing, that means there will be more job opportunities in the economy. So this will reduce the unemployment rate in the economy because more job opportunities. Okay, and once people have more job, then this will encourage people to spend in an economy. Okay, so this is stage number one. However, okay, the GDP will reach at the maximum level, which is here. Okay, at the maximum level, and at this stage is called as a peak level, peak stage or boom, economic boom. All right. So at this stage, this is the highest level of output that an economy can produce the output. Okay, and at this stage, the unemployment is at the lowest level. Okay, that means most of the people already can get job. Most of the people can get job. Okay, at the peak or the boom stage. Right. However, after the peak period, you may find that the national income or the GDP may reduce. Okay, may reduce, and at this stage is called as recession. Okay, the economy is having recession time, or we call it as contraction. So at this stage here, you may find that the demand is start to reduce. The aggregate demand, that means the overall demand in the economy is start to reducing. Because the aggregate demand is reducing, that means that this will also reduce the production output of the firms. The firms also start to reduce their quantity of output in the market. Okay, that means the aggregate supply also reduce. So when the aggregate supply reduce, so that means that this will have lesser job opportunities in the economy, and people will start to lose their job. So this will increase the unemployment rate at the recession stage, step number 3. So the situation will continue until the GDP fall at the minimum level. Okay, at this level, minimum level, that means the GDP or national income of the country is at the minimum level. So at this stage is called as trough stage or we call as depression stage. So this is the stage whereby the economy or the country is having the minimum level of GDP value, or we call it as the national income level. So at this level, the output, the quantity output is at the minimum level because the consumer mostly not willing to spend at this stage. That's why the product of the firm also have to be reduced. Once reduced, this will increase the unemployment rate. Okay. So one cycle of the GDP is called as business cycle. Business cycle is involved 4 stages. All right. So in order to complete 4 stages of business cycle is usually involved 10 to 12 years. 10 to 12 years, the economy will having one business cycle, which involves 4 stages: recovery, peak, recession, and trough. Okay, so the duration that involve the 4 stages will be covered about 10 to 12 years. So you may find that actually in a country, usually every 10 years, the country are having recession time. Okay, every 10 years. So in Malaysia is 1997, and then followed by 2007, and then 2017. Okay, so about 10 to 12 years, a country are having recession time. So far so good. Then after the trough stage, the economy will get better again. Okay, whereby the GDP will increase again. So at this stage is recovery stage. Okay, and the GDP will increase until the peak, right? Then it start to reduce again. So this reduced GDP stage is called as the recession time. Okay, and then reduce the GDP until the trough stage, and the GDP will increase again. So one cycle will involve 10 to 12 years. So any question related to the business cycle? So this is one of the major problems in May. So the real GDP or national income in a country is not always consistent throughout the period of time. It's not, but it's always fluctuate, just like a wave-like pattern. So far so good on the first macroeconomics problem. So far okay, All right, then we'll move on to the second problem, which is unemployment. Okay, unemployment means it's a situation when the labor force or the workers who are willing to work but unable to find jobs. They are capable to work, okay, but not able to find a job. And then this is called as unemployment. Okay, so the unemployment rate is depends on the labor force. The unemployment rate, the formula is using the number of people who are unemployed divided by labor force, then multiply 100%. Usually we leave the answer in percentage. Okay, now the problem is how to define labor force. Who should be included in the labor force then in a country? Okay, so labor force are referred to anybody, okay, who are aged between 15 to 64 years old, okay, and who are actively looking for job. Okay, that should be 15 to 64 years old and actively searching for job. So these are the criteria to define labor force. Okay, 15 to 64 years old and are actively looking for job are considered as labor force. Okay, then who are the people should not be included in the labor force of a country? Who are they? Okay, they can be included students. Students are like you. You are studying now. You are studying your foundation program. You want to focus on your study. So at the moment you are not planning to work, right? So you are not considered as labor force in Malaysia. Okay. So who else should not be included in labor force? A housewife, because housewife need to look after the family, the children, a small baby at home. So at the moment, not actively looking for job, also should not be included in the labor force calculation. Okay, another category of people will be those who already retired. We call as pensioners. Okay, the retirees, those people who are already over 64 years old and already retired and not going to find job anymore in the future. That is also considered as excluded from the labor force calculation. Okay, the last category of people will be those who are have some mental illness, okay, are not mental fit enough in involving in the job market. Those are having mental illness are also should not be included in the labor force calculation as well. Okay, so let's try one example to calculate the unemployment rate for a country. So I'd like to use this data. So assume that we have the 2009 and 2010 data for labor force and number of unemployed people. Okay, so these statistics are obtained from the official website of Department of Statistics Malaysia. Okay, so if you want to calculate the unemployment rate in year 2009, so how to do so? We need to use number of unemployed people in 2009 as the numerator. Okay, and then the denominator will be the labor force in 2009. So it's get from here. So substitute this number to here. All right. And then we have to leave the answer in percentage for unemployment rates. So you'll get 3.69%. So far, so good. If 3.69% still okay, acceptable. If the unemployment rate is very high, let's say 6%, then is the government have to start to get worried already. So 3 to 4% still okay, still quite safe. Okay. Okay. How about 2010? Okay, if you want to calculate the unemployment rate in year 2010, also the same. Okay, we use the number of unemployed people as the numerator, and then the total labor force in Malaysia in 2010 is this amount. So we substitute these two numbers to here, right? And convert the value to percentage. You'll get 3.37%. So that means like the unemployment rate in year 2010 is reducing, right? It's reducing compared to 2009. Okay, so compare these two values. You may find that the unemployment rate is reducing in the year 2010, year 2009. So far, okay. Related to the calculation of unemployment rate, I stop for a while. Any questions so far? So far, okay. Okay. Then, what are the unemployment can be categorized? What are the reasons that will cause unemployment then? What are the reasons? What are the major reasons? Okay, in fact, there are 4 major reasons that will cause unemployment. There are 4 major reasons. Okay, and we call this as the frictional factor, structural factor, cyclical factor, and seasonal factor. Okay, so these are the 4 factors that will cause unemployment. So let's try to check one by one. So what are the main causes that will lead to frictional unemployment then? So frictional unemployment happens when people are temporarily unemployed while searching for jobs. Okay, so generally there are 3 scenarios that will lead to frictional unemployment. Okay, so what first reason it can be because some people would like to look for better job, better position, higher salary, better work environment. That's why they temporarily quit from job A and looking for job B. Okay, so if the people or the person just temporarily jobless because it's looking for better job, then it's considered as frictional unemployment. Frictional unemployment. Okay. So just like me, now I'm the lecturer, and if maybe I'm not happy with Swinburne, I want to look for another job in Unimas, for instance. So I quit from Swinburne and apply job at Unimas. So the period that I'm waiting for the offer from Unimas means I'm jobless. Okay, and this jobless scenario is called as frictional unemployment. Frictional unemployment. Okay, it's just temporary only because it's now waiting for a new job offer from another institution. Okay, so another reason that may create the frictional unemployment would be the school leavers or fresh graduates who just completed their study and is looking for job now, just like you. Okay, let's say maybe after you're completing your degree program, all right, after 3 years completing your degree program, and then you are looking for job, in the job market, the period that you are looking for job is considered as fictional unemployed. Okay, the period that you finish your graduation and the period that you're looking for job, that period is considered as fictional unemployed. Okay, for the school leavers or fresh graduates. So far, okay, yeah, this one, this type of fictional unemployment. Okay, yeah. All right. So another type would be those people who quit the job, okay, because too stressed and want to relax for a while. Maybe go for traveling, relax for a while, for a year. Then after that, I'll come back again to the workplace and apply for other new job. And then this scenario is also considered as fictional unemployment. So the period that people took the leave for traveling in a year, that period is considered as fictional unemployment. Okay. Another type of fictional unemployment under this category will be the mother. Okay, the mother just having a newborn baby because during that period probably need to focus on the family and have more time to look after the baby. Maybe temporarily just quit the job for maybe for a year until the baby is able to probably send to a nursery or child care center to look after. So during 1 year, probably the mother might need to quit the job and just focus on family matter. So during that period is considered as fictional unemployment for that mother. Okay. So in short, there are 3 types of scenario that may cause fictional unemployment. Okay, I stop for a while. Any questions so far on this? Fictional unemployment. So fictional unemployment is only happen in short run only, only for short period. Just temporary people lose the job because want to look for a better job or because want to relax for a while, okay, to reduce stress. So just quit the job for a while. So far, okay, yeah? All right, then we'll move on to the second type of unemployment. So second type of unemployment is called as the structural unemployment. Okay. So under this type of unemployment is people will get unemployed when the job market now is having new skill in demand. Okay, the new skill required in the job market, and maybe some of the people may not have this type of skill in order to meet the job demand in the market. Okay, so this type of scenario is also considered as structural unemployment. Like for instance, when the bank introduced the automatic teller machine, so some of the bank tellers may lose their job to computer technology. Okay, because most of the bank now are using machine, okay, to do all the business transaction. So some of the bankers who used to work in the bank may lose the job due to lack of computer literacy or technology literacy. Okay, so this type of unemployment is considered as structural unemployment. Okay, so another type of structural employment can be due to because the location of the job available already moved to another country. Okay, like for instance, the footwear. Okay, the footwear production. Let's say Nike. So Nike used to have the factories in USA. Okay, but because want to save the production cost, so the Nike factory production already moved to developing countries such as Vietnam, China, Indonesia, because those countries have lower or cheaper labor costs. Okay, so when the Nike factory moved to developing countries, that means the workers in US who used to involve in the footwear factory production will lost their job. Okay, will lost their job, and they cannot transfer to China, Indonesia, or Vietnam because they don't want to leave their hometown, right? So if this scenario happen, it's also considered as structural unemployment. Okay. So in short, there are two reasons that can cause structural unemployment. It can be due to technology changes and the people not able to meet the skills. Okay. Second scenario, it can be because of some of the factories are moved to another location, and the current staff are not able to follow and migrate to that particular location to continue working. Okay, and as a result, this may increase the unemployment. So this type of unemployment is considered as structural unemployment. Okay, yeah. So how to solve the problem then? Okay, as government, how to solve the structural unemployment problem? If there's a case, government may need to provide training. Okay, training in order to provide the relevant skill for those unemployed workers in the country. Okay, so need to retrain those unemployed workers. Maybe can provide workshop or some seminars or further education, okay, to solve the issue of structural unemployment. Okay, the third factor can be due to cyclical unemployment. So cyclical unemployment happen when there is a lack of job in the whole economy, okay, due to downsizing or recession in the whole economy. Yeah, when the economy is having recession time, not many job opportunities being created. So if people losing their job, then this is called as cyclical unemployment. Okay? So cyclical unemployment happen when the whole economy is having and opportunity less is the unemployment. Okay, so in order how to solve this problem, then how to address the cyclical unemployment problem, then if there's a case, then the government may need to reduce the tax, okay, and increase the government spending in order to stimulate the national income and the economic activities. Okay, and this type of government tax and spending is called as the fiscal policy. Okay, fiscal policy. Yeah, we are going to study fiscal policy in the next chapter. Okay, so in order to address the cyclical unemployment, what can the government do is the government have to try to increase the economic growth of the country. So how to do so? Okay, the government can try to reduce the income tax. Okay, reduce the income tax so that people have income to spend. Second is the government can try to increase the spending so that this can create job opportunities in the whole economy. Okay. When people have job, then this can increase their purchasing and increase national income or GDP in country. So far so good on the third factor. Any questions so far? I stop for a while. Okay, yeah. All right. Then how about the fourth factor? Fourth factor is due to season. Okay, it's due to change of season or change of the weather in a country. Okay, so seasonal unemployment happen when some types of job are not available for whole year, only available in a certain period of time due to change of season or climate. So for example, it would be like fishermen. Okay, fishermen in Malaysia usually cannot go out to do fishing at the sea during the monsoon season. Okay, or during the winter season because it's too dangerous to go out to the sea to involve in fishing activities during the monsoon season. So during the monsoon season period, usually the fishermen will try to repair their ship, their boat, their fishing net, or maybe involved in other businesses. Okay, maybe selling durian or selling food. Okay, during the monsoon season in order to get extra income, side income. Okay, while not able to involve in fishing activity. Okay, another example would be the ski instructors. Okay, so usually the ski instructors also will be unemployed at the end of April, whereby that season during the end of April, the how do you call that? The snow is also not thick enough on the mountain for skiing activity. So during this period, the ski instructors usually no job. Okay. So they have to do other. They have to involve in other job activities in order to gain the extra income. Okay. So any question on seasonal unemployment? So seasonal employment happen when some of the jobs are not available throughout the whole year due to change of season or climate or due to change of the situation in the country. Okay. Okay. Then the impacts, okay, if the unemployment is too high, then what will be the impacts to the country? If the unemployment is very high, high means it's above 6% unemployment rate, then what are the impacts then? This may have the impact to the economic and also impact to the social of a nation. There will be two impact, either on the economic or on the social. Okay. So when people are unemployed, that means people have lesser income. Okay. When people have lesser income, that means they'll reduce their spending, right? This will reduce the spending power of the individual. Okay. So when the spending power reducing, what is going to happen? Some of them may not be able to pay for their mortgage repayment. Okay. Bad debt, this is a great bad debt. It's also not good for the bank, right? When people no money to pay for their car loan, their house loan, then who are going to suffer? Both the borrower and also the bank are going to suffer, right? Because this will increase the bad debt. Okay. So when people have not lesser income to spend, so who else are going to suffer? The private firm also going to suffer, right? Because business not good. If business not good, that means this will reduce the profit of the private firm. Okay, and the private firm may need to reduce their business size, and the business plan had to reduce. Maybe some of the outlets had to cost down in order to survive during the recession time. Okay, so who else are going to suffer? The government also. Government also going to suffer. Why? Because when people are jobless, that means government will have lesser income from the taxpayer, because less tax can be charged to the citizen. So this will reduce the government revenues. And on the other hand, the government also have to increase the transfer payment. Transfer payment means some financial aids that have to be given to the people who are unemployed as well. Especially this happen in the developed countries like Australia, New Zealand. Usually the government will provide transfer payment to the citizens who are jobless. Okay, so this will increase the burden of government. Okay, the government will increase the spending, which is also a burden for the government as well. Okay, so if all this happen, actually, this will also reduce the long run growth potential of an economy. Okay? This will also reduce the long run growth potential of an economy. So far, okay, so far so good. So the unemployment can affect the individual consumer spending power, can also reduce the profit of the individual private firms, and also can increase burden of the government because government have to spend more money on the welfare and also transfer payment for the unemployed people. And the revenue of the government also will be reduced for the tax charge from the citizens. Okay, and overall this will reduce the potential long run growth in the economy. Okay. Then how about the social factor then? Okay, what are the impacts that will be happen in terms of social context then? Okay. So if people are jobless, so that means the standard of living also will get affected, right? It will be lesser also now, yeah? Purchasing power will get lesser. So if that is the case, probably the citizen have to really adjust, maybe have to move from big house to small house. Diet also, maybe have to reduce the food consumption, reduce purchase of clothing, the luxury goods have to reduce, all right? And when people are unemployed, maybe even no food, no money to buy food to eat. This also affect the health condition of the citizen. Okay? When people are unemployed, this can also reduce the self-esteem of the individual, and people might involve in bad habits, like involved in alcohol, drug abuse, crime, commit suicide. Yeah, this may happen when people are unemployed. Okay, so when all these social issues happen, this may lead to the domestic violence and also the family breakup. Okay, so these are the impacts on social if the unemployment rate is very high in a country. Okay, so usually when the country has high unemployment rate, you may find that the rob case will also increase. Okay, the crime case also increase usually when the economy is having recession. Okay. Any questions so far on this, on the second issue of macroeconomics? I stop for a while so that you can ask question. No, okay. Then we move on to the third macroeconomics. That will be the inflation. What's the meaning of inflation then? Inflation actually is a scenario whereby the price level of the products in the economy continuously increase. Okay, continuously increase of the average level of all prices. Then this is called as inflation. So inflation means that the prices of the products continuously increase. Generally for most of the products in the economy increase continuously, and then this scenario is called as inflation. Okay. So when inflation happen, you may find that actually is people have a lot of money. Okay, most of the people have money, but the production only limited because when people have money, so more people want to buy things. So this will create the shortage of the goods. You may find that the number of goods in the market not able to meet the aggregate demand. Okay, not able to meet the aggregate demand because most of the people have money to buy. Okay, so this will further increase the price of the goods. Okay, when people have money to buy for a few goods, this will further increase the price of the products. Okay, and all this scenario is called as inflation. So usually during the inflation time, the value of money, is also lesser compared to before. During the inflation time, value of money is also lesser. The real value of money is lesser. Why? Because prices for most of the products increasing. So that means the purchasing power of the money itself is lesser now. Okay, so maybe before that, okay, $1 you can buy $1 can buy how many candies? I think during the childhood life, 10 cents can buy 3 candies, but now 10 cents only can buy 1 candy. Okay, so this is due to the increase of the prices. So one of the reasons it can be because of inflation. Okay, then what are the factors will cause inflation happen then? What are the cause the prices of the product increasing continuously? Okay, generally there are two factors will cause inflation. There are two factors. Okay, first factor is due to the demand side. Second factor is due to the supply side. Okay, so if the factor is due to the demand side, we give a name for that. It's called as the demand pull inflation. If the factor is due to the supply side, it's called as the cost push inflation. Okay, so let's try to check one by one. So what is going to happen that cause the demand pull inflation? So demand pull inflation happen, okay, when the aggregate demand increases in the market. That means people have money to buy, so that this will increase the aggregate demand. So aggregate demand here is referred to the total desired purchases by all buyers for all the products. So aggregate demand means the total demand of all buyers for the products in the economy. So when the economy is good, okay, actually the aggregate demand will increase. This will shift the aggregate demand curve to the right hand side. Okay, the aggregate demand will move to the right hand side. Bear in mind, this is AD, aggregate demand. Aggregate demand is referred to the total demand in the whole economy. It's not only one market, but it's whole economy. Okay, total demand in the whole economy. So that means all the products and services demand in the economy. Okay, so when the aggregate demand curve shift to the right hand side, what's going to happen? You may find that the price level of the general product are increasing from P to P1. So before that it was here. Okay, assume that at the equilibrium point, the original AD is here. Okay, AS is here. This is aggregate supply. So when the aggregate demand curve shift to the right hand side, you may find that this is the new equilibrium point. And at this new equilibrium point, the new market price now is already increased from P to P1. Then how about the national income? The national income will increase from Y to Y1. Okay, Y to Y1. So actually, if the aggregate demand continue shift to the right hand side again, this will further increase the price level of the goods in the economy and further making the inflation scenario more worse. Okay. So this scenario is due to the demand side, and this is called as the demand pull inflation. Okay. Another reason why inflation can happen is due to the production cost increasing. So we already studied when the production cost increasing, this will shift the aggregate supply curve to the left hand side. When the production cost is high, so that means the firm will feel that it's very expensive to produce the products. As a result, the firms will start to reduce the quantity supply of the products. Okay, as a result, this will shift the aggregate supply curve to the left hand side. So when the aggregate supply curve shift to the left, you may find that the new equilibrium point now is here. Okay, so at this point, you may find that the price level generally increase from P to P1, but the national income will reduce from Y to Y1. Okay, I stop for a while. Any questions so far?
Sir, can you repeat for cost push inflation?
Okay, cost push. Okay, so cost push inflation happen is when the price level increasing due to aggregate supply curve shift to the left hand side. Okay. So cost push inflation happen when the production cost increasing, that will shift the aggregate supply curve to the left hand side. Okay, and there are three reasons why we call as the AS curve or the aggregate supply curve will shift to the left hand side. There are three reasons behind that. Okay, there are three reasons. Okay, it can be because due to the salary of the workers increasing. Okay, because when the salary of the workers increasing, that means the production cost will increase. So once production cost will increase, then that means that it's more expensive to produce the products. So this will reduce the aggregate supply of the production and shift the AS curve to the left hand side. Salary may increase is due to the pressure given by the labor union. Okay, the labor union may request the firm to increase the wages or salary of the workers. So, but this is going to increase the production cost. Once the production cost increase, this will reduce the aggregate supply of the production and increase the price level, okay, of the products in the economy. So once the price level increase, this will create the inflation, and this type of inflation is called as cost push inflation. It's due to the production cost. So this is called as cost push inflation. Okay. Another reason why the production cost may increase is due to some of the suppliers may purposely keep the stock, okay, and refuse to sell. So this supplier just sell the products when those products increase again the price. Then this scenario, you also create the inflation. Will also increase the price of the product, okay, and also increase the inflation. So this scenario is called as the profit push inflation. Okay, so this happens is because some of the suppliers just purposely keep the stock. They don't want to sell the stock. Okay, they just wait until the price of the product increase again. Then they quickly sell the product in order to earn extra income. So this type of scenario will also create the inflation. So this type of inflation is called as the profit push inflation. Okay. So another reason that can also increase the production price and lead to cost push inflation is due to the price of the import increasing. Okay. When price of the import increasing, this can also increase the production cost in the local factory. Okay, and this will increase the price. This will shift the AS curve to the left hand side and increase the general price level and create the inflation. Okay, so in general there are three factors that will increase the production cost and lead to the cost push inflation. Okay, so far so good. Okay, then how about the demand side then? Okay, because just now we already learned that when the aggregate demand in the economy increasing, shift to the right hand side, this will also increase the price of the market, right? And, okay, what are the factors will increase the demand then? What are the factors will increase the aggregate demand in the economy? Okay, so it can be due to these four factors that we already learned before. So aggregate demand can increase because of these four components. Can be demand pull inflation. Okay, so let's try to check one by one. So the consumption of individual consumer can increase when the income level or the salary increase. This can also increase the C. So once the C increase, this will shift the AD curve to the right hand side. Okay. Then how about the investment then, private investment? So private investment will increase when the interest rate offered by the bank is reducing. Why? Because when the interest rate offered by the bank is reducing, that means cost of borrowing is cheaper now. That means it's cheaper to borrow money now from the bank to extend the business. When the interest rate is low, right? Okay. Low interest rate means borrowing cost is cheaper. Cheaper borrowing cost. So when borrowing cost is cheaper, that means this will increase private firm to borrow money. All right. So once private firm have money to borrow, so this will increase the investment, right? The private firm can use this money that they borrow to invest in the current firm maybe by buying more stocks, buying more materials in the store to produce more products in order to meet the market demand. Okay, or maybe open another new outlet because already have some money, right? And maybe can open another new outlet to meet the market demand. Okay. So the third factor, it can be due to the government increase the spending. Government increase the spending, maybe build more hospitals, build more roads, beaches, public transport, or other projects. This can also increase the government spending. So when the government spending increase, this can also increase the AD and shift the AD curve to the right-hand side. This will increase the price level of the goods and services in an entire economy. Okay. Another factor can be due to increase of export. Increase of export. So usually during the inflation time, right, goods of the products are higher, expensive now, more expensive now. So if the products are export to other countries, that means the price of the product is also relatively higher, right? Relatively higher. So that means the country can also earn more income. Okay? The country can also earn more income when the price of the export is relatively higher. So when the export is higher, this can also increase the aggregate demand of an economy and shift the AD to the right-hand side and increase the price level again. Okay, so all of these four factors can increase or shift the AD curve to the right-hand side and increase the price level. And all this is called as demand pull inflation. Okay, demand pull inflation. Okay, I stop for a while. Are you okay between the demand pull inflation and cost push inflation? So demand pull inflation is due to the aggregate demand increasing, that will increase the price level of the product. Right? So the aggregate demand can be due to the increase in C, increase of I, increase of G, or increase of next export. On the other hand, cost push inflation is due to the increasing of the production cost that will shift the aggregate supply curve to the left-hand side and increase the price level of the goods and services. Okay, so there are three factors that can shift the AS curve to the left. There are three factors. One can be because of the wages of the workers increasing. Okay. Second can be because some of the suppliers purposely keep the goods in the store without selling, and this will also increase the price of the products. Third factor is because the price of the input increasing. When price of the input increasing, this can also increase the production cost of a country. Okay, and shift the AS curve to the left and increase the price level. Okay, next would be, okay, then what are the effects then? Why we are so concerned about inflation then? What are the impact, okay, to the economy when the economy has high inflation? So during the inflation time, it seems to be some can gain, some may lose the money, or some may gain money, some may lose the money. So depends who are there, okay, their roles in the economy, right? So as we know, during the inflation time, most of the products price increasing. So who are going to gain from high inflation then? Okay, the businessmen. Okay, businessmen are going to gain. Why? Because they are going to get higher profit when the price of the product increasing. Okay. Another stakeholders who are going to get the benefit will be the property owners. Why? Because during the inflation time, all of the product price increasing, all the property price also increasing, everything increasing. Okay, so for the property owners, they probably can also increase the price of the houses and also the properties during the inflation time and get more income. Okay, so it's also good for them. For those who are holding the property, also good during the inflation time. Who else? The next party will be the debtors. Why? because during the inflation time, value of money is lesser. Okay, value of money is lesser compared to before. Okay, so that means the value of repayments is lesser during the inflation time. So this is good for the debtors as well. Okay, so that means in the future, debtors is paying lesser money, lesser value of money for their repayment, for settle their loan. Okay? The real value of the repayment that they make actually is lesser value during the inflation time. Okay, why? Because actually the debtors borrow money from bank, right? So they already use those money from bank at the beginning, all right? But in future, they'll pay repayment to the bank, but those repayment value actually is lesser during the inflation time. Okay, so which is good for the debtor. Okay, then who are having disadvantage during the inflation time? Those who are having disadvantage would be those who have fixed income. Those who only receive fixed income, and also the pensioners. Why? Because during the inflation time, all of the prices increasing, right? So that means the real value of money is reducing. The actual real value of the money is not as high as before. So for those who have fixed income, actually they can only afford to buy lesser things. They can buy lesser things during the inflation time. So which is not good for the people who have fixed income. Okay. Who else will be disadvantaged then? The holders of the government bonds, and also those who have account in the fixed D, okay, fixed deposit in bank, and also the life insurance also having disadvantage because the real money value is reducing during the inflation time. Okay, and the last category of people will be the creditors. Creditors are referred to the people who lend money. People who lend out money will also have disadvantage because the real value of money that they receive from the debtors are lesser during the inflation time. Okay, so any question related to the effects of inflation? So during the inflation time, the prices of the products are increasing. Generally, prices of the products are increasing. So that means that this will reduce the actual value of money on hand. Okay, the actual value of money will be lesser during the inflation time. Okay, so in short, in this chapter, what we have learned. So in this chapter, we already learned three major macroeconomics, namely fluctuation of the business cycle. That is the first issue. The national income or GDP of the country is always fluctuate throughout the time period. So this will create the business cycle. Okay. And the second economic problem will be the unemployment, right? So that means the workforce who are willing to find job or actively doing job seeking are unable to get a job is considered as unemployment. So there are four types of factors, okay? Four factors that will create unemployment, namely frictional, structural, cyclical, and seasonal. So frictional unemployment is due to the individual are temporary jobless due to moving from one job to another. Structural unemployment is due to the workers may not able to meet the changes of job market demand. Okay, not able to meet the changes of job market demand. Due to the job market demand require more computing literacy or technological literacy. Okay, structural unemployment can also happen when the factories or the production plants move to another places whereby the existing workers are unable to migrate to those places to continue to do their job. Okay, so this is also under the structural unemployment category. Okay, third factor will be cyclical unemployment. Cyclical unemployment happen when the economic condition is very bad. Okay, is during the recession time, whereby most of the factories are closed and job opportunities also reducing. That will increase the unemployment. Okay, so if people are not able to get job due to recession time, due to economic condition is not good, then this type of unemployment is considered as cyclical unemployment. Okay, so and then another one will be the seasonal unemployment is due to some of the jobs are not available throughout the whole year due to changes of climate or season. Okay. Then the third macroeconomics will be the inflation. Inflation means the price level of the products continuously increasing. Okay. So there are two factors that may cause inflation, or we call as price level increasing. And there are two factors. It can be due to the aggregate demand side, or due to the aggregate supply side. Okay. So if this happen in the aggregate demand side, that means this is called as the demand pull inflation. Okay. This happen when the either the C or I or G or NS increasing, that will increase the AD and shift the AD curve to the right hand side and increase the price level of the goods in the economy. Okay. On the other hand, cost push inflation can be due to the aggregate supply curve shift to the left hand side. That will increase the price level of the products. So there are four factors. There are about three factors. Three factors that may shift the aggregate supply curve to the left. It can be due to the salary of the workers increasing, that increase the production cost. Okay, it can be due to the suppliers purposely keep the stock the products, raw materials in the market and refuse to sell. Okay, they only sell those products when the price of the products increasing. This can also increase the production cost of the products in economy. The last one is because the price of the inputs also increasing. When the price of input increasing, this is also able to increase the production cost and shift the aggregate supply curve to the left and increase the price level of the goods in general in the economy. So in short, these are the three major macroeconomics that we have studied today. So any questions so far? Okay, so far so good, huh? All right. Okay. So on this coming Wednesday, we are going to discuss the tutorial question. So go back home. You can try to do tutorial questions. You can get the tutorial question from modules week 10. It should be week 10. This week is already week 10, very fast. Okay, you can click on week 10 tutorial module and try the summative and formative questions so that we can discuss on this coming Wednesday. All right. And on this coming Thursday, we are going to proceed to chapter number 9. Chapter number 9 would be on the aggregate demand, aggregate supply, and also the fiscal policy. Okay. Oh, I think I have to share the slide with all of you. Okay. How to get the tutorial question? You can go to Canvas. Okay. Then you go to modules. Okay, scroll down, choose week 10 tutorial. Okay, try the summative and formative questions so that we can discuss on this coming Wednesday. And then on this coming Thursday, we are going to proceed to new chapter, which is aggregate demand, aggregate supply, and fiscal policy. And your practice is that means your online quiz number 3. We'll cover 3 chapters. Your online quiz 3 will be conducted in week 12. We'll cover 3 chapters, which are the national income, followed by today's chapter, the macroeconomics problems, and lastly is the aggregate demand, aggregate supply, and fiscal policy. Okay. So we are going to have a briefing session on coming Monday. Coming Monday, we are going to meet again, whereby we are going to have a briefing session on online quiz number 3. Okay, your online quiz 3 will be conducted in week 12. And then week 11 is the due date for you to submit your assignment. Week 11. So anyway, week 11, I'm going to reserve one of the tutorial sessions so that we can focus on discussion for assignment as well. Okay. Coming week, we still can discuss. But do you have any problem? Okay, maybe, okay, we still have some time. Probably we can discuss the assignment today as well. So let me go to assignment now. Okay, I think during the last lesson, right, we already discussed until section C, task C. Okay. So remember, for task C is you need to justify why the firm that you choose is under, let's say, is belong to monopolistic market. Okay. After that, you also have to discuss why do you think that the firm is not belong to perfect competition, not belong to monopoly, not belong to oligopoly in task C, in order to get full mark 10. Okay. And then in task D, you are asked to discuss the pro and con. Pro means advantages. Okay. What are the benefits or advantages? Cons means disadvantages or weaknesses. Okay, of the market structure that you have observed, that the firm belong to, okay, from the society's perspective. So that means can be the impact on consumer, can be the impact on the firms or on the government or on the overall society. Okay, so 5 marks for task D. So what can you do is you can discuss 3 pros and 2 cons, or 2 pros and 3 cons. Okay. So as long as you have 5 points to cover in task D. Okay. Do you have any question on task D? Pro and con. So 5 points. Maybe you can have 3 points for pros and 2 points for cons. Or another way around. 2 points for pros and 3 points for cons. So for this part is like you probably had to discuss with your team members to identify the advantages and limitations of the market structure that you have identified. Okay. Then lastly, task E. Task E is conclusion. Okay, conclusion is only three points. That means you need to have 3 sentences for making the conclusion. Okay, my opinion is don't try to copy and paste the sentences from task A to C. What you can do is you should try to rephrase the sentences. Try to rephrase. All right, and you should have 3 points here. Okay, and the points should be the summary of what you have written from task A until task D. Okay, just a summary. Just 3 points. Because we have limited number of words that you're allowed to write, so try to minimize number of words that you can use. Right? So FGH is only telling you what you need to remember, to be careful. Okay, like your clarity of your content. Okay, justification of your content, 2 points. Right? Referencing, this include the in-text referencing and also the reference list at the end of the report, 2 points. Cover page have to put also, you have to insert a cover page, table of content, and also the page number. Okay, 3 points. So that means one document, 1 point. One issue, 1 point. So in total, this report has a total point of 60. And then we'll convert to 30%. Okay, because the overall assessment weighting for this report is 30%. So assume that you get 40 marks, okay, 40 score. So if you convert to 30%, it will be 20, I mean, let's say you get 40 marks. So 40 divided by 60, then convert to 30%. 40 divided by 60, and then multiply 30%. So it's equal to 20%, right? 20% out of 30%. So this is how we count your score, yeah, for this assessment. Okay.
Sir?
Yes.
For the conclusion, right, what is the best points that can be included to achieve 3 marks?
You probably have to mention that which market structure does the firm fit into, right? And also probably can get 1 point from here, 1 point from task B, 1 point from task C, and 1 point from D.
Thank you.
Okay, welcome. Any other question? Okay, for this assessment, because it's group assignment, right? So only the group leader needs to submit the written report through turn it in on Canvas. Only one member record to submit. It can be group member, can be the group leader. Because once the group members submit, right, then other members automatically receive the same result. Okay. Because I already grouped all of you according to the team, right? I'll show you here. This one is project 2. Okay. Like for group, yeah, under tutorial group 4, let's say the electronics group. Okay, these are the team members. So only one of you need to submit the assignment report. So once one of you submit the assignment report, others also receive the same marks. Okay.
So,
yeah.
May I know when is the actual date for the submission?
Submission. Okay, if you want to know the actual date, you can refer to the instructions of the assignment again. So you have to on the 20th November, 12 noon. Okay, so this is the due date. 20th November, 12 noon. All right. Actually, for the Canvas, it's like you can submit many times, as many as possible. Okay, as many times as possible, as long as it's before the due date. Okay, so assume that you submit today. First time you submit today, and then you found that, okay, you would like to add some more things, you forget something, you want to add some more information. Or yes, you may submit the second time again. As long as you resubmit, okay, the second attempt before the due date, that is the system will allow you to do so.
But sir, how about the turn it in?
Turn it in will give you the report also. Okay, let's say okay, how to do the turn it in. Okay, how to do the turn it in? I can show you. This one I minimize. Let me go to okay, I try to use the student view to show you how to submit your assignment through Turnitin. So now I go to the student view. Okay, so assuming that now today you're ready, okay, to submit your assignment. So what can you do is can go to syllabus. All right, scroll down, go to the course summary section, choose assignment. Okay, click on assignment. Okay, because now I'm using a student account. So previously I already submitted the assignment. So I still to resubmit the assignment again because I forgotten something. You can just click on the resubmit assignment button, which is on the top right hand side of the screen. I click on this. Okay. If you haven't submitted the assignment before, then I think this will show you submit assignment. For my case, okay, I would like to resubmit assignment. So I click on this button. Okay. Then the system will bring you to this page. Okay. So these are the instructions that you need to read through first. Okay. All right. So then you go to here, the file upload here. Okay, you can choose the file that you want to upload. Okay, so I click on this. Okay, let me choose a file. Let's say this one. Okay lah. Tutorial 8 group assignment. Okay, I choose this file. Okay, so once you click on the choose file button, you may find that the file name will appear on the right hand side. Okay, and this is the file name that I want to submit. You can also provide comments if you want. Okay, so okay, this is optional group assignment report. You can even type a message. Okay. Okay, this one you can also, if you want to have this you want to let the other group members to access this comment, you can also select this. Okay, to the instructor only, or for the group members. Okay, then you have to remember to check the box here to indicate that you have read through the agreement and agree with the end user license agreement. You need to remember to check this box. Okay, so you need to upload the file and also check the box. These two things are the must you must do, right? Once you confirm, you just need to click on the submit assignment button. Okay. So the system will process. Usually I have to take long time to process, usually about few minutes to check any plagiarism case involved or not. Usually need to wait for a while. Yeah. Or the Turnitin to check any plagiarism happen. Then the similarity index report will be generated.
So,
Hi, yes.
what if we submit twice? Will the plagiarism rate be increased?
No, it's about the same.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, about the same. Yeah.
Sir,
Yes.
our due date is 20th of November, is it?
Yes.
But the unit outline says it's 16th of November.
16 November. Oh, it should be 20th November. Maybe I'll change the unit outline then. It should be 20th.
All right, thank you.
Okay. Yeah. 20th November. Okay. All right. So you can also check your Turnitin report whether your similarity index is high or low. So what can we do is we can go to grades. Okay, you can click on the grades button on the left hand side. We call it the control panel side. Okay, let us check how is the report for the assignment. Okay, usually there is this color indicator. So if green, that means it's low similarity index. If yellow or red, that means very high similarity index. Syllabus. Usually it's under grad lah. Okay, let me go back to the lecturer view. Assignment. Probably, I think the tie-in is still processing the document. That's why cannot show the color of the document, whether it's high or low similarity index. I think it's still processing. That's why cannot see. The text is unsupported. Okay, try in one of this format. Okay, so I have to use word processing. Let me see word processing. Try one more time. Hopefully this time can get the similarity index report. Or we call it tie-in report. Okay, submission details. Okay, already done. Download. Let me see the details. Oh, it's a PowerPoint slide. No wonder. Okay. Maybe next time I'll show you the similarity index. I'll show you next time how to access. Okay. Any other questions before we call a day for today's lessons? The assignment report and also the chapter that we have gone through today. Assignment, okay, so far so good, Have you all identified the firm of the study? I think last week still have one student asking me about the firm, the chosen firm. Hopefully now you already decided to finalize the firm that you want to choose, all right? And start to do right out for your task A and B, at least A and B. You have to start now. Okay, I go back to assignment again. Any other question that you'd like to ask? Before we call a day. So far so good, huh? Okay, yeah. I think some of you they say, okay, I think you want me to have a meeting together, right, on the Microsoft Teams. You may also, if you want to have a meeting with me, then we can have an appointment and have a meeting through the Microsoft Teams with your team members, huh? You can email me for appointment.
Sir, I got
Oh,
question
yes.
in the chat box.
Pardon?
I got question in the chat box.
Chat box, huh? Okay, let me check, huh? Chat
Alright.
box. Okay. Okay, so your question is, in order to receive 5 marks, mention the competitors, elaborate the competitors briefly, say about how they compete. This is B1, huh? Okay, B1. Okay, who are the competitors, if any, and how do they compete with each other? Okay, so in task B, you need to mention also who are the major competitors of the chosen firm. Okay, you should provide at least 2 competitors, at least 2 competitors from the chosen firm. Okay, you have to choose 2, at least, Then after that, you have to discuss how do these firms compete with each other. How do they compete with each other? But because this question actually is quite similar to 4 and 5, quite similar, you see? They can compete in terms of price, in terms of non-price factors also. So in fact, if you want to discuss how do they compete, you can discuss in section 4 and 5. Okay, so that this can reduce the chance to have redundancy or repetitive information that you provide in your write-up. Am I answering your question, Carissa? How do they compare? You can put under part 4 and part 5. That would be better. Or you can also bring part 4 and part 5 to here. Okay. Or you want to, after discussing one, the first, then you probably can discuss 4 and 5 together. So you have to think of the sequence. Sequence of your write-up also very important.
Can the B1 be general?
B1, can also, can. But actually, right, B2 is also related, right? Because they compete, okay? Some of the firms may compete through differentiated products, differentiated service, right? You can put a general one if you want, general one. You can try to relate to part 2 also, in fact, right? How do they compete? If the firms compete, okay, with differentiated product, you can also mention relate to part 2 also, in fact. Yeah. So this is only the guideline. This is only the guideline for you, right? But the sequence of your write-up is depends. Depends how to connect to each other. You try to connect to each other. Okay. Any other question? I think there is a group, is a healthcare group. healthcare group, I think there is one team member. Ren is, I think he's no longer with foundation program. He emailed me he is not going to study foundation program anymore. Yeah. So for the healthcare group, okay, let me check. I just want to inform the team members who are under the healthcare group. Try to open healthcare. It's not okay. Ren is not here. Let me see hospitality maybe. Then it's under hospitality. Okay, so bear in mind for hospitality group, Ren Chai is no longer with foundation program. So that means the remaining team members Nelly, Johanna, Ning Ong, and Becky Ding. Okay, please take note. Ren Chai is no longer with foundation program. Okay. So for hospitality industry, some may ask, how about the casino? Okay, casino, if you want to consider as hospitality industry, is also okay, acceptable casino. Hotel also okay. Okay, hotel industry or also under the hospitality industry too. Yeah. And also the theme park. Yes.
What is the market structure for Genting Grand Hotel?
Okay, this depends on the context. If you only focus in Malaysia only, then Genting Malaysia Berhad is the monopoly firm that is allowed to run casino business in Malaysia. So in Malaysia context, Genting Malaysia Berhad is the monopoly firm that has the license to run casino business in Malaysia.
What if we are talking about the hotel and not casino?
Hotel, there are so many hotels, right? There are so many hotels in Malaysia. Then hotel industry, then that means right, Genting Malaysia Berhad is no longer a monopoly firm that running hotel business. But for casino business in Malaysia, yes, but not for the hotel business. Because hotel business in Malaysia, there are so many, there are so many firms running the hotel business, ranking from the 5-star hotel to the B&B motel. So you have to be specified also, when doing the hotel industry, also have to specify whether it's 5-star hotel or just the ordinary motel. But usually for motel, for hotel industry, usually we have quite a number of firms running the same business, and then the setup cost is also not so huge, and the technology, equipment, everything require also not really require complicated or high tech or expensive or advanced technology required. Okay. So in Malaysia context, hotel industry should be, depends, you have to check the statistics, but from January it should be under the monopolistic market. Okay, unless okay, you found that the top 5 hotels own more than 50% of the market share in hotel industry, then that will be under the oligopoly market. But I don't think so. Yeah, hotel industry in Malaysia is very competitive. Yeah, so should be under the monopolistic market. Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, just like Sony also. Sony also running many businesses. Like Sony also involved in the mobile phone industry, the home appliances industry, music industry, right? So you had to choose one, only choose one product line to discuss the market structure of the firm. Choose only one product line. So if you choose Sony, then make sure that you only focus on one product line, whether it's music industry or home appliances industry, or mobile phone, or computer accessories, or some other industries. Okay, or movie or film industry. Just choose one. Okay, choose one business to prepare your report. Just like AirAsia also has many businesses. The airline business, accommodation business, and also some other businesses. But you just focus on one. Okay, choose one business for AirAsia. Otherwise, you don't have enough space to write all the businesses in your report. Not enough. You just choose one business enough. For one firm, one business. Okay. Yes.
For the healthcare industry, what should I write for the non-price factor?
Non-price can be service. Okay, can be service, can be equipment use, advertisement, brand name, or maybe the doctors, famous doctors. Maybe there are famous doctors really specialized in heart operation or some other disease operation. These are considered as product differentiation as well. Or it can be because of the hospital has the best equipment for having the heart operation in Southeast Asia. It's also considered as product differentiation. Okay.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Or maybe the hospital provide very good service in maybe very nice food for patient, very polite nurses, very fast service at the front counter. These are all product differentiation.
So, hospitality, right? Talking about hotel. So, can I include casino inside also?
In fact, right, if you go to Genting, casino and hotel are two different businesses. But mainly, most of the people want to go to. Actually, people go to Genting is not just mainly for casino. Some of them may go to Genting because they want to watch this concert, right? Live concert in Genting. It's not because they want to involve in these gambling activities. Some of them they go to Genting is because they want to watch the live concert. Okay, so actually, these so you have to differentiate. Actually, there are few businesses, casino business, hotel business, these concert business, these are all different businesses. So you just choose one only. Choose one. Otherwise, it's hard for you to expand your or to discuss your report later on. Okay. Let's say if you choose hospital, let's say you choose hotel industry. Okay. Let's say you choose hotel industry, then maybe you can say that, okay, in order to differentiate or to get the market share, Malaysia Berhad also offer theme park surrounding. Maybe you got theme park, all these other activities in order to attract people to stay in Genting Hotel. Right?
Sir?
Some people go to Genting can be because,
Is iPhone oligopoly?
Pardon?
Is iPhone oligopoly?
That depends on which country you want to study. Because usually for iPhone, usually in the developed countries, iPhone market is considered as monopolistic market already. In the developed countries, because there are so many brands available in the developed countries, and the price of the handphone also relatively not so expensive, and most of the people already have handphone in the developed countries. Okay. And the technology of this record also is like easy to duplicate by the competitors easily now. All the technology can be easily duplicated by other competitors. So in this case here, in developed countries, usually iPhone is no longer considered as oligopoly market. But maybe in the third world country, in developing country, maybe the iPhone is still considered as oligopoly market. Okay, still considered. That's why you need to use the, you have to check the market share of the top 5 firms in that particular industry for that particular country. Okay. But at the moment, I think based on the trend now, right, handphone actually is no longer under the oligopoly market. Okay, it's no longer. But depends also because some of the developed countries or third world country are still having oligopoly market for iPhone. Possible also. Okay, but in Malaysia context should be, there are so many brands now. There are so many handphone brands, and the top 5 market leaders for handphone, I think is less than 50% now. But you can try to check. You can try to check the statistics. If you found that the top 5 mobile phone in the Malaysia, in the Malaysia market, is still more than 50%. Okay, in total, the top 5 market share phone still managed to get more than 50% of the market share, and then mobile phone is still under the oligopoly market. Okay, so you need to have statistics to justify your answer.
Okay.
Because actually the business is changing. The business world is changing. Some of the industry before that, maybe 10 years ago, mobile phone was under the oligopoly market. But now, maybe not. Okay, if you refer to the textbook, the textbook that I think I already scanned to you. Okay, you can go to this textbook. I already scanned. Go to modules. Then go to market structure. Should be under this textbook, market structure 2. Or maybe 1. Okay, then I show the screen to you all. Hold on, I got to get the book. Okay. Maybe later on after the class, I'll share the textbook with you. So this is the one, this textbook. Okay. So according to this textbook, this is the cover. Okay, this one. According to this textbook, okay, it's written by US authors. So in US market, the handphone industry now is under the monopolistic market now. So but maybe in the developing countries or third world country, handphone is still belong to oligopoly market. Okay, so it depends on the context of your study, whether you want to focus on developing or developed countries. After the class, I'm going to share another article with you, the textbook from this textbook, okay, so that you can understand better on monopolistic and oligopoly markets. Okay, any other question?
Sir?
Yes.
For hospitality, right? If we focus on the hotel, can we use casino as a factor of competing?
It can be just like, it can be considered as product differentiation. Yeah. Hotel here. You see, like, most of the people go to Genting is because they want to do gambling activities. That's why they stay in a Genting hotel, right? But not all are going for gambling. Some go to Genting because they want to go for the theme park activities, or maybe they just want to relax, okay, in a while during the weekend at Genting, or because just want to watch the live concert, and that's why they have to stay overnight after watching the concert. Yeah. Maybe for your case, would you like to just focus on casino, if that's the case? Focus on casino only?
Sir?
Yeah, hello. Yeah, Johanna. Yeah, question?
If we choose to do casino monopoly, will there be very little detail for us to do?
Not really also. Not really. You have also many things to describe also. Because when you want to justify whether the firm is monopoly, you also have to justify in terms of the number of firms in the industry, nature of the products offered by the company, and also the barriers to entry in this industry. But if you want to focus on hotel, then the firm should be under the category of monopolistic market structure. For hotel industry, but for casino it's monopoly in Malaysia context. Yeah. That's why because the business world keep changing. Yeah. So some of the firm used to be under oligopoly, now may be under monopolistic. Okay. So yeah. Or maybe some of the firm that used to be monopoly now becomes oligopoly. Just like the air freight industry. Mars Airline used to be monopoly, right, in the airline industry in Malaysia context. But now there are a few airline company now that compete with Mars Airline in Malaysia, right? So that means airline industry in Malaysia now is belong to oligopoly market, no longer under the monopoly market. So you have to be really careful now with the changes of the business scenario in the industry that you study. Yeah? Okay.
Sir?
Yes, Nelly, yes.
I'm sorry. If we choose casino, right? What can we write about the competitors?
Sorry, Nelly, just now I think the line was dragging. May you repeat?
Okay. If we choose to talk about the casino, like we focus on the casino only, when it comes to the competitors, what can we write?
You probably had to mention report that, okay, you probably had to mention that Genting Malaysia Berhad is the only company has license granted by Malaysian government to run casino business in Malaysia, right? So legally there is no competitor. Okay, there is no competitor in casino industry in Malaysia. Right?
If we only say that, will it affect our marks, like the marking scheme?
No. But you had to justify why. Why do you think that is a monopoly market? Why gambling is a monopoly market in Malaysia? And you had to justify why. Okay.
So, for part C, am I supposed to compare my market structure with the others?
Okay, part C, let me check again. The question for part C. Part C is asking for which market structure fit the above mentioned firm. Why do you think so? Yeah. So let's say casino, then okay, you had to justify why casino, why we call it as the Genting Malaysia Berhad, right? Is having I think it's called as Genting Casino, right? The name of the firm, I think should be Genting Casino. Yeah, is under the monopoly market in Malaysia. You have to specify in Malaysia context for C. Okay, you need to justify or why. Can be because of the barriers to entry, right? Due to legal barriers to entry, because Genting Malaysia Berhad is the only company has given government license to run casino business or gambling business. Okay, so as a result, this company is having the monopoly power in running the business. Then you also have to explain why do you think that this company is not belong to perfect competition, not belong to oligopoly, not belong to monopolistic market. For part C, okay, for part C you need to justify also why do you think that casino, we call it as the, hold on, I need to receive a phone call for a while. Hold on. Where is the, hold on. Okay. So just now, okay, we go back again to task C. So for task C, okay, if you feel that the firm is belong to monopoly market, let's say, then you have to justify why. Why do you think that is the casino? How do you call that? That is Genting Casino. Okay, is belong to monopoly market structure. You have to justify. Okay, why? Then besides that, you also have to justify why Genting Casino is not belong to perfect competition, not belong to monopolistic, not belong to oligopoly market as well. In task C, you have to justify all of this market structure. Yeah. So, Johanna, am I answering a question?
Yeah, thank you.
Okay. I think Becky asked me the same question also last week. Becky Ting also asked me the same question last week. So try to focus only on one business, either casino, either theme park, or either hotel business. Just choose one. All right. If no other question, then we just call it there. I'll see you on this coming Wednesday. We still can have time to discuss the assignment. After discussing the tutorial question on Wednesday, we still can have extra time to discuss the assignment again. All right. Okay.
Hi, sir.
Carissa, any other question? Okay.
Can my group have a consultation this coming Thursday? Are you free?
Coming Thursday, what time?
Before class.
Before the class,
Yeah. About 9.
Okay. How about this coming Wednesday? Maybe this coming Wednesday, because I think it's quite short, the tutorial. If you got question, probably we can discuss after the class this coming Wednesday.
Because of combining all the works and then show it to you. Yeah.
Oh, but I'm not going to give very detailed comments, because
yeah.
it's not fair for other groups also.
Yeah.
Okay, I need to check my availability. Okay. Morning, what time?
About 9.
9. I just worried that I might have class 1:30. Okay, Thursday, Wednesday. How about Wednesday?
Because I think my members are only. Oh, we have discussed on Thursday. We haven't discussed on like Wednesday.
How about Friday?
May I know?
Friday, is that okay? Friday morning, the whole morning I'm free.
Friday morning, the whole morning until noon, is sir?
Noon, okay.
Until noon is it? Like morning to noon?
Yes. Okay, let me check. I have a meeting at 3. I have a meeting from 2 to 3:30. Then after that, I'll be free. 2 to 3:30. I have a meeting on Friday.
Okay. Ask my members, and then after that, for confirmation, I'll email you, sir.
You email me, Okay, yeah.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, welcome. All right, that's all right. Yeah, okay, I'll stop recording now. And